We're next.
Of course they were.
You named the teams that were 1 and 2. The Rams did it 13 times. The 07 Patriots did it 12 times. That is Dan Graziano just getting it done. And so let's put the scoreboard up here. And I believe that it is Graziano versus Hembo. Let's take a look here as we're blocking it. 23-16. Graziano is up a touchdown as we work our way over this. So the Bills clearly look to us like they are the best team in the National Football League so far. Let's see if Dominic Foxworth agrees. Last week, he gave us his power rankings, his fundamental list of the top 5 teams in the sport. Week 2 power rankings. Dominic, take it away.
Let's get right to it. Dolphins, number 5.
Wow.
They have 2 really impressive wins. One was a defensive win. The next one was a crazy offensive win. Finding ways to win, and they're pretty much unguardable, it seems like, on defense. The Ravens made a lot of mistakes to make it easy on them, but it's hard. They're 2-0 right now. It's hard not to have them on this list with a quarterback that's playing really well and really smart. Number 4, I got the Buccaneers. That defense, so this is not the same as the previous team. They do not have offensive wins and defensive wins. They got defensive wins and then some more defensive wins. They have the best defense in football right now, and they have the greatest quarterback of all time to be able to make just enough plays to get the job done. So I like this team at number 4, but they are not the best in the NFC. That's the Eagles at number 3. What we saw last night against a Vikings team that I thought was pretty good, and I still think they're really talented and they're a pretty good bunch, but the Eagles dominated them. They couldn't get any pressure on Hurts, and he sat in the pocket and ripped them apart. The secondary seemed like they could cover the best receiver in football in Justin Jefferson, and they couldn't run the ball on them either. They were a dominant team last night. And number 2, got to put the Chiefs at number 2. It hurt my heart a little bit to put them at number 2. They've had a couple really impressive wins. Or, well, I wouldn't say really impressive wins. They have a couple impressive wins. They beat the Chargers, who a lot of people think are a real Super Bowl contender. They have Patrick Mahomes, which means that they're always going to be up in the top 3 somewhere. Their defense is still coming along, made big plays to close that game out. But, I mean, this is easy. You know who it is. It's the Bills. They dominated 2 very good football teams, and I know the Titans aren't as good as they were last year. They lost some parts, but the way that the Bills played, they treated them like they were not good teams. And so you can only play who's on the schedule, and you better blow them out if they aren't good. So, yeah, this list is perfect. So we can go ahead and move to the next segment, Greeny. There's nothing else to talk about.
It's not as controversial as last week when you had the Vikings up there so close to the top. But do you see something you're missing?
Yeah, 5. Okay, so the Dolphins win. They're down 21 in the fourth quarter, y'all.
Yes.
You know what the record is for the teams like that? 0-711.
Not anymore.
Okay, the Ravens gave that game away. Absolute god-awful on the backside of that defense. So I like the Dolphins. I'm not saying that they should be at number 5. The number 5 team should be the Green Bay Packers. And you can hate on this, but this is the reality.
Okay.
That team's defense is top-notch. Their quarterback, again, like you put the Bucks, is going to be one of the top in the league, and those receivers will catch fire. And they got smart, started using their running backs, which I know you hate, in both facets of the game. That's the number 5 team in the NFL.
They may get there. That might be a projection.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting pick. Right this minute. Right this minute. They're the
Right
fifth
now,
best
they're
team
better
in
than the
NFL?
Dolphins. Right now.
Robert, who do you think is missing on this
Well, you know,
team?
I'm not a hater of any teams, but I know why you're picking the Packers. I thought they did a good job of moving to the running game. But the 5th team should be the Chargers. Okay, you talk about the Packers. They just lost to a team that we saw get dominated by the Philadelphia Eagles. But the Chargers played the Chiefs extremely close, who Dominique has as the number 2 right there. Yeah. So the Chargers should have won that game against the Chiefs. They gave that away. So I look at them and I say, hey, they should be in the 5 spot. And I like Tua in the Dolphins, but right now that's premature.
I'm with you. The interesting thing, and our executive producer, Pete, brings this up to me all the time. The thing about the Chargers, we're all so impressed with them. They always
throwing it to them. Good catch, Kumi.
Then let's find someone whose name you know. How about Stephon Diggs?
Oh, he's that bad man on the receiving corps. That was a really good play by Josh Allen, recognizing the breakdown and coverage immediately and throwing across his body.
17-7 now, 3rd quarter. Jeff, how about this throw?
Look at this. Dialed up. Yee. I mean, my word. Like, first of all, the DB almost on his butt. Watch him right here.
No.
I mean, look, hey, just start jogging, bro. Don't try to just start jogging. If you don't got smoke, you know, just pull off.
On the sideline.
Bills up 24-7, then Ryan Tannehill, and we got ourselves a tip drill down.
Oh, yeah, we got a tip drill. Those are the type that we guarantee going to catch. I know you like to laugh at DBs. We don't got no hands. We caught that one, though.
Jordan Poyer with the interception. 4 plays later, RG3, it's Allen again, it's Diggs again.
Yeah, easy play action, and it doesn't matter if the DB's inside leverage. Stephon Diggs is always open. Go ahead and break it down. Do your dance right here. Just
and let him
touchdown. Man, that's beautiful.
It looked like it was covered, right? And then it just can't stop at 34-7. And then it's Tannehill. Here's Matt Milano saying, you know what? Our defense hasn't scored as many points as the opposition tonight, so I'm going to do that. He takes it in for the score. So Buffalo's defense scores 7. Tennessee scores 7. The Bills' offense scores the other 34. And that's the difference in the game. Josh Allen just continues to be ridiculous. All right, so including the playoffs. Yesterday was his 4th consecutive game with 4 total touchdowns. These are the only players, the ones on your screen, who've ever done that before. It's Peyton, it's Breeze, it's Marino. I know it's early in his career, but it does not seem unreasonable to say he is on a trajectory, RG3, where he could wind up being talked about with some of those all-time great quarterbacks.
Oh, undoubtedly. And you look at the Bills, like they just beat they went on the road and beat the reigning Super Bowl champ.
Right. Yep.
Then they beat the #1 seed in the AFC last year. Yep. And they made both of them look like JV teams.
Yep. Yes.
Okay? So I just look at it this way. The best thing that ever happened to Josh Allen was them trading for Stephon Diggs.
There you go.
His impact on Josh Allen is unsurmountable. I mean, listen, in year 1 together, he helped raise Josh Allen's completion percentage 10.4% from 58% to 69.2%. Josh Allen threw for 17 more touchdowns and 1,455 more yards. This impact of a true #1 wide receiver who knows how to get open, who knows and understands coverages, has had an unbelievable impact on Josh Allen. And you see the impact that it's had because Josh Allen is now playing like Superman.
Look at the numbers that Diggs put up last night. 12 catches, a buck 48, and 3 touchdowns. You know what? It occurs to me, Graziano, you were here with me on the Friday morning right after their first game. And I said to you, the one question we had about Buffalo coming in, and maybe about Allen, was with the departure of the offensive guru and Josh Daboll is now coaching the Giants, and awfully well, it seems. You know, would he take a step backwards? And he seems to have answered that question, too.
He has. But think about Buffalo. You talk about organizational success. Brian Daboll leaves to coach the Giants. He's been the offensive coordinator the first 4 years of Josh Allen's career. But Ken Dorsey had been the quarterback's coach for 3 of those years. Yeah. And they elevate him to offensive coordinator. He learned under Daboll. He's got talent. He knows he and Allen have a fantastic relationship. And so there's trust there. So it's not just developing the quarterback, which they've done obviously brilliantly. They develop coaches, like the entire organization. People are going to continue to get hired from this staff. I swear one of these times Leslie Frazier is going to get a real look. I'm telling you, it'll happen.
But cross your fingers.
Because people want a part of what's going on there, and they're doing it the right way.
So here's the problem with the Bills. They're so good, I can't think of questions to ask. I don't know how to try and figure out where the conversation goes. Maybe it's this. Jeff Saturday, you have that palatial estate. Your wife is here visiting today, so she's not going to like it if you bet the house and lose it. I'll tell you that right now. The Bills or the field in the AFC?
All in on the Bills. All in. Listen, I picked them preseason. This team. Not only is their offense, and we talk about Josh Allen and Stephon and Diggs, like all of it is deserved. Their defense and the addition of Von Miller coming over on the defense, he closes drives and he closes games. And I'm telling you, from an offensive perspective, when you have that type of player that you know when the game is on the line, he can impact it. It shakes up the entire offense. I respect the way they do, and Coach McDermott, Sean McDermott, done a great job. Not only are they tough physically, they are a mentally tough football team, and they understand. They gave one away last year. They're still upset about that, and now they're making their way this season.
You said he closes games. When you have an offense that's as high-powered as the Bills have, it's important to have a guy like this because the team's going to be trailing. They're going to be dropping back to pass. Von Miller's going to be coming off the edge. And it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to stop what Stephon Diggs is doing. He's doing genuine dances in the end zone, and I guarantee you that game started at 7 and it was over by 9 o'clock. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, dude.
Paige and you.
Yes, I'll pretend I do too. Here's the question. So I was looking at next week's matchups. The Bills, short week, right? They play Monday night. Now they go on the road to play the Dolphins, who are red hot and probably feeling awfully good after that big performance. And it's going to be, 100 degrees with 1,000% humidity and all that kind of stuff. Do the Bills go down there and make quick work of them? That's an interesting question to me.
I think they do. And what Dominique just said is really, really important, right? Because the Ravens couldn't close the game. The Ravens did have a big lead on the Dolphins, right? The Browns had a lead on the Jets. The Raiders had a lead. We're living in a time when the offenses are so explosive and can score so quickly that the ability to stave off